Thank you, Mr. Chitkara. Now, moving on from administration to judicial decision making is very appropriate for the occasion. Being the last session, I think it is like moving from the hospitality to the weather here. Warm hospitality in cold and cloudy weather. Thank you, Justice Mushtaq and your team, Sikkim High Court. I think the Advocate General is here. Thank you, State of Sikkim, and the Judicial Academy, which is an adjunct of the Sikkim High Court. Now, coming to judicial decision making, if the question is, can AI be used in judicial decision making? Question mark. The answer can be binary. I will say unhesitatingly, without fear of contradiction, no. Comma, as of today. No difficulty about it. But the question is framed as a little tricky. That's the reason why he said it's the most difficult question. And that is predicated on the last sub-theme, which again is very, very intelligently put, because the last sub-theme says, to what extent AI can be used in the judging process. One, to what extent, and two is used in the judging process, not in judicial decision making. There lies the catch, and probably it is a question which contains the answer. It's a leading question. Probably it emanated. I can understand where it emanated, from. No, I will not turn hostile. I will say, so therefore, I will not subject myself to cross-examination, though I'm open to questions. Now, coming to the point, very, very simple. To what extent you can use it in judicial judging process? I would put it like this. In the non-decisive functions of decision making. If you ask me what are the non-decisive functions of judging process, I would say for instance, transcription, or maybe legal research, maybe document summarization. These would be the non-decisive functions of judgment or judging process. To that extent, probably you can think of AI. Now, the Gujarat High Court has rolled out a policy about Honorable Chair articulated, Brother Justice Nikhil Khairel also articulated. If you see, the grand norm or the bedrock is rule-based, repetitive, high volume. This is the grand norm. The reason is this. What is this AI? We talk so much about AI. In a minute, I will tell you, if some of us think that AI, now I'll just throw it open to the house. How old is this AI? How old is this AI? 10 years? 5 years? 1960s? Any other answer?
50s, 60s.
80.
50s?
80.
Much old.
Older? All right. If somebody asks who is the father of AI, one may say John McCarthy, 1956. I beg to disagree. I dissent. He coined the term artificial intelligence in 1956. But if you ask me, who would you credit to be the father of AI? I will tell you, it is Alan Turing, British mathematician, who invented what is known as the imitation test way back in 1939 to 1945 in the Second World War.
At the age of 26.
Yes, at the age of 26. He died very early. Many good things are short-lived. There's also exigency of time. The point is, imitation test was used to decode German codes. And that would be, the imitation test is probably the first AI app, 1939 to 1945. Therefore, The AI surge now is more because of the computational skill. Now, in very, very simple terms, when it comes to judicial decision making, I'll just take 2, 3 minutes on this. If we get a clear idea of what this AI is, we will have no doubt in our mind as to whether to use it, and if yes, to what extent, and three, how. AI is nothing but another app. You have a huge data, it's a mine, it's a data mine, and then you have algorithms. Algorithm is a very technical term, but algorithm is nothing but pre-programmed set of instructions, and it works on LLM, large language model, meaning you can put it in the form of a question, not just search words. Therefore, you get a feeling that you are talking to another human agency. It is not. Now, once you put a prompt, these algorithms pound the data and it looks for patterns. It doesn't think, it has no cognition. It only looks for patterns. That is the reason why, if you see in the Gujarat policy, repetitive, the second point, repetitive as it gets, that's one. And if this is the case, you can probably consider but not rely. That's the basis. Now, whether AI has got cognition, what I did was I put this prompt to an AI app. Please see the answer. I'm not using the name of the app. The reason is they're all proprietary software. I'll just show you in a minute. The prompt is in purple. The conclusion is in blue. Prompt 1, write a note on whether AI has cognitive skills of human mind. After a long answer, it summarized it like this. The answer is, in summary, AI can replicate some cognitive functions through programming and data processing, but it does not truly think. Think within quotes, or understand within quotes, like human mind. Its abilities are limited to the scope of its training and algorithms without the depth or flexibility of human intelligence. That's prompt 2, please. Just have the prompt 2 also. The second one. Prompt 2. I said write a note comparing human mind and AI. The conclusion after a long, I've just put the conclusion alone. While AI can perform specific tasks more efficiently than humans, that's computational skill. Let's not have any synonym. I'd consider that to be a synonym to thinking. While AI can perform specific tasks more efficiently than humans, it lacks the emotional depth, intuition, and true understanding of the human mind. The two are fundamentally different. This is what, mind you, an AI talking to you. This is an answer from an AI. AI is a tool created by humans, not a replacement for human intelligence. And the third prompt, I'll stop with that. The third prompt, write a note comparing human mind and artificial intelligence. Please see the conclusion. When AI is a powerful tool that enhances human capabilities, again, computational skills and speed, it cannot fully replicate the depth, emotion, and consciousness of the human mind. The best outcomes often arise when humans and AI work together, combining emotional intelligence with computational strength. This is the fundamental when it comes to using AI. The reason why I brought it up is, as judges, uh, none of us are technocrats. Maybe some of us may have a technical uh, degree, I don't know. But most of us, I would say, I won't say none of us, I stand corrected. Most of us are not technocrats. But we fall in three categories. One, those who are extremely tech savvy, those on the right, including Suraj and others, other younger members, and two, those who are averse to technology, the other side of the digital divide. Three, enthusiastic end users like me. But we are not technocrats. That is the reason why I brought this up with regard to. I will just conclude with, I will put it this way. When it is a question of whether AI can be used in judicial decision making or judging process, I would put in four caveats. The first one is, as of today, we have no codified legislation. All AI are proprietary software. We don't have a codified legislation. We need to have a codified legislation, which may probably say you have to tell the litigant that AI has been used for which part and for what purpose, so that he can have an immediate defense or an opposition to put in, and then to make it clear where the human in the loop element is, all these aspects. That is why the Gujarat policy says rule based. One. Two is consider but don't rely. That's the Loomis, which Mr. Michael pointed out. That's the Loomis principle, where a recidivism tool was used for sentencing, and the Supreme Court of Wisconsin said, consider and rely are being used synonymously. Please don't do it. Consider, but don't rely. That is the second most important aspect. The third caveat I would put in is possible judicial stagnation. I will ask you, and probably a prompt, I will leave it to you. I asked myself and place it for the consideration of this house. Who will write the dissent? Dissent is future intelligence. Who will write the dissent? Judicial stagnation, if it's repetitive, may occur. Caveat number four, I put in. The last caveat I would put in is cognition of human mind should not become a casualty. And to sum up the answer, when I say consider but don't rely, for instance, I'll give an illustration and conclude. For instance, one of the non decisive functions of decision making would be transcription. Let's assume that you're using an AI tool for transcription. If somebody has to understand what the witness is saying, then the judge repeats or the person understands and then keys in. A lot of time is consumed. If it's transcription, the time is saved. But what you have to be careful is the human monitoring to ensure that there is no demeanor gap, what we call demeanor gap. The transcription cannot uh, ca- cannot capture, or it cannot write the demeanor. The demeanor has to be written only by the human being. Therefore, it is the human mind which works with the AI, part machine, part man, meaning cyborg. When you talk about using AI, we don't, we should not get robotized. We should not become robots, but we can consider cyborg. What I did was, with the help of my registrar general, I asked one of the AI, uh, I have to give credit to him, uh, how a cyborg, how a cyborg judge would look. Uh, this is what it generated. This is, so that's what I would leave you with. And one last thought I would leave you with. One very last prompt, probably in the concluding remarks, with the permission of the chair, we can consider that subject to the exigency of time. We talk much about data bias. There was a session with an IIT professor who whose domain expertise is AI. When I said the data bias, he shot back. He said, why human minds don't have bias?
We have so many.
Can you say the human mind is free of bias? So what is our answer to this? If you say using AI is one of the impediments is data bias, Does human mind does not have bias? I leave you with this prompt. We can proceed further and probably in the concluding remark, we can.
Just to add, like